Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC stock, GME stock, SPY stock. We're also going to be checking out SQQQ, Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market. I go over the cryptocurrency market, some buys that I did yesterday, so some positions that I looked at yesterday and did purchase. We're going to look at that. We're also going to be looking at AMC and what I'm looking at for AMC, GameStop, and the SPY. We're going to be looking at SQQQ as well and so much more. This video is cram-packed full of information that you need to know. It is a longer one, so I understand if you don't watch the whole thing, but if you want to get these keys, if you want to get this knowledge, if you want to start learning how to trade and make this money and read the charts, then you need to watch the whole video. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go.
We're back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC stock, GME stock. We're going to be looking at SPY as well. And we're going to be taking a quick look at the crypto market because Bitcoin is seeing a nice pop to the upside. And of course, you already know your boy bought some crypto yesterday, so that is doing very well as the crypto market is seeing a bounce to the upside. So let's go ahead and hop into the charts and see what we have going on. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we want to point out here on the crypto market is Bitcoin getting a nice push back to the upside. 26,000 Bitcoin getting a nice push here to the upside. Now, again, I do think Bitcoin will be decoupling from the stock market. Again, I do think Bitcoin will be decoupling from the stock market. I think that the stock market is about to see a major market crash. We're going to go ahead and explain why I do feel this way. Besides the fact that the rates are having to be raised, besides the fact that the macroeconomics are bad, besides the fact that we're seeing gasoline and everything else going up, showing that inflation is not going away, the fact that we're seeing the dollar going up as well, the US dollar, this puts pressure on risk assets like Bitcoin and stocks. When the dollar goes up, stocks like S&P 500 go down, and you can see that the dollar is at 105 and pushing higher. So again, I do think that all of these things are going to have a negative effect on the market. You can also see that the VIX is up as well. VIX is elevated. When the VIX goes up, that is bad for the market. That means the market is going to see volatility and more likely going to see some downside action. So again, multiple things pushing on the downside of the market, but we also have technicals as well. If we go ahead and look at the market psychology chart, and this is a great chart to see what the cycles are, to see exactly what you're looking at for when something is in a certain cycle. So this is what you want to look at to figure out, hey, what cycle is this in? And also helps you figure out the psychology of it, which helps you then do the opposite of the herd. That way you don't have to buy the bottom, or that way you don't have to sell the top and buy the or that way you don't have to buy the bottom and sell the top. You can do the right thing by buying the bottom and selling the top. So again, let's go ahead and look at the market psychology, or look at the market fear and greed real quick. So you guys can see market fear and greed right now is in neutral, slightly leaning towards greed, and it was in greed just a little bit ago. So again, more closely to greed, but again in neutral, which means it's not really a good time to buy or sell. Again, you always want to do the opposite of the herd. You want to be fearful when others are greedy. So when you see something in greed or extreme greed, that's when you want to be selling and scaling out of your positions. When you see something in fear and extreme fear, that's when you want to be buying. If you go ahead and look at the crypto fear and greed, you guys can see that crypto fear and greed is in fear. It's in fear, and that's when you want to be buying. So again, crypto looking good for buying. And me personally, I am accumulating in these ranges because I do think we will see a bull run in 2024. And by 2024, I'm going to have so much crypto because I've been accumulating for so long in these ranges. Dollar cost averaging, again, here and there, sprinkling a couple $100 here and there, a couple $100 here and there. every week or so, I'll buy a couple $100 of crypto, putting it into my account, making sure I'm building that bag for the future, for the crypto bull run. And again, I'm buying when people are fearful. And right now there is a lot of fear in the market. People think it's going to crash. If there was a little bit of a crash, I would be buying more. If you guys can see AMC is in fear as well. Again, you want to do the opposite of the herd, doing the exact opposite of herd. AMC is extremely risky because of all the manipulation, but right now is when you want to be taking advantage of the fear and possibly dollar cost averaging. Again, not financial advice. Me personally, I am buying more AMC. Now, this is used with house money. These are money that I made with trades. So again, do not follow me in what I am doing, but I am buying more AMC and I will be holding my AMC. They cannot have my AMC shares. I will not be selling my AMC shares, and I am doubling down while there is a fear in AMC. So again, crypto fear, AMC fear, and then the market neutral. So not really a good time to be buying and or selling. If you go ahead and look at what data we have coming out, so for Wednesday, which is next week, we do have core year inflation rating. So next week we do have a lot of data coming out on Wednesday of next week, Thursday of next week, and Friday of next week. So you want to be ready for next week's trading week because we do have a ton of data that's going to be affecting the market, and this could cause a major crash if these numbers do come in hot. So I do think we're going to see a major downturn in the market around mid-September, early October. Mid-September, early October, I do think we're going to see a downturn in the market, in my personal opinion. Also, guys, you want to keep joining the Discord. You want to join the Discord if you're not in the Discord because it is going to be going up to $100. I am posting winners. As you guys can see, people are getting in the Discord and winning the very next day. I'm posting tons of winners because we have tons of winners. You can also see here, again, dollar cost averaging, buying crypto a few $100s, throwing it in here and there. And then, of course, you also have Moon Boys trying to tell me that 460 isn't the top, but 460 looks more like the top each and every day. I called 460 as the top, and it has been dumping ever since. And I told this person September 10th, I said September 10th, watch what's going to happen. And look, we can already see the market is starting to pull back greatly. It is not even September 10th yet. By September 10th, I do think we're going to see more downside. Also, again, mid-September, early October, I think we're going to start seeing this market crash, which would absolutely pump the position of SQQQ when the NASDAQ and SPY start to pull back. If we go ahead and look at SPY, what we have right now, you guys can see that SPY is pulling back. I did call for a red week this week, okay? So I did call for a red week this week in my weekly prediction and update video. I do these every weekend, so you want to check out the videos over the weekend to get the prediction update. That way you know, hey, maybe I can play puts for this weekend, maybe I can play calls for this weekend. If you do your own due diligence and research and say, hey, DataZero also said this, I think this as well after doing my own research, and go ahead and buy some puts because I said it was a red week and you did your own research and due diligence and technical analysis, and you come to your own conclusion, then yes, you can do that. So again, ideas to look forward to. That's why you always want to make sure the bell notification is on. That way you can get all of my updates because they are time sensitive. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on with this inverse or this head and shoulders on SPY. I did call out this head and shoulders yesterday. So you want to check out every single video. I showed you that the shoulder was here, the head was here, and then the shoulder was here. Your neckline was this orange line. This orange line right here was your neckline, and you can see that we broke below that neckline, came back up, retested it as resistance, and once confirmed as resistance, we broke down hard. Now, what I think is going to be happening is I do think we're going to come back up to at least 445. I think SPY is going to see a green day tomorrow, possibly for the whole day. Possibly, again, because what could happen is, and I'll show you guys what I think we're going to see is happen, is I think we're going to see price basically slowly drift up to come fill the gap here at 445, maybe even go to 446.30 before seeing an overall pullback. So tomorrow could be a green day as we get a bounce, but also it could be a red day. Why? Because we could get the bounce up to this level and then start to pull back hard. Again, SPY is going to pump up a little bit before it gets its legs chopped. We have a gap fill here and we have a gap fill here at 449. So I do think SPY is going to see a little bit more upside before capitulating oscillating to the downside. So I think SPY is going to get a little bit of a bounce back to the upside. You can see that RSI is oversold on the 2-hour time frame, on the hourly time frame. On the 2-hour time frame, we had a double bottom on RSI. We also see that the MACD is starting to flip here on the 2-hour time frame. Again, multiple indications that SPY is about to get a bounce. You can see on the 4-hour time frame, the MACD is starting to curl to the upside. Multiple indications that we're going to see a bounce on SPY. RSI getting extremely oversold. MACD starting to flip. And if we go ahead and pop on the alligator, you guys will see that the alligator is starting to curl as well on the 2-hour time frame, and then on the 1-hour time frame we're almost getting across. If we go down to the 15-minute time frame, you guys can see that we did get a bullish cross with the green line on top, and it does have some width in between the bands, letting us know that this move has a bit of momentum, and I do think we're going to push back to the upside. We also have a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, and then right here would be your shoulder once this forms. So again, I do think SPY is going to be pushing back up to at least 445, 446 tomorrow, and possibly even on Monday going up to as high as 449, maybe even 450 before seeing more downside. Again, if we go ahead and look at the macro, when in doubt, zoom out, you guys can see that we have confirmed a lower low. Okay, so we had this low and we had this low here. So there is a confirmation of a downtrend. Okay, we also can see that the weekly MACD has flipped to the red. You guys can see here on the daily time frame, you guys can see on the daily time frame, the alligator starting to curl to the downside, showing that momentum again is once again shifting to the downside. I do think it is possible that SPY could get one more bounce coming up to as high as 445, filling this gap on the macro time frame, but overall we're going to see a capitulation. You guys can see MACD already starting to curl to the downside on the daily time frame. Again, multiple signs showing that this is very, very weak and the market is not strong. The market is being held up by stocks like Apple and Nvidia. Apple had gotten banned by the Chinese government and seen a big pullback to the downside. That pulled the market down hard. Also, Nvidia seeing downside as well. So as soon as these stocks like Nvidia and Apple crash, you're going to see a major crash in the market. And Nvidia has gap fills to the downside here. As you guys can see, a gap fill to the downside on Nvidia, gap fill to the downside on Apple. So again, when these stocks crash, it is going to be bad for the market, and these stocks do have gap fills to the downside. Tech is mostly what's holding up the market. You can see that Tesla has a massive head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, and then right here is your shoulder. I do believe Tesla is going to be coming down to about $120 here in the near future as well. It's also making a bear flag. You can see right here is your pole, and then this is your bear flag as well. All of these stocks are what's holding up the market, and I do think they're going to see a major crash here in the short near term. Again, September, mid-September, early October. So again, I do think the market's going to be seeing a pullback. If you also look at the market psychology chart, you guys can see when in doubt, zoom out. You guys can see that we kind of rallied. We went parabolic. Then we dropped to the downside in this upwards consolidation chop. We kind of rally, then we go parabolic. We drop to the downside. We have this upwards consolidation chop. What happens next? The complacency stage, where you get a major push to the downside and you see the anger and depression phase. What is going to be happening? A major push to the downside going into the anger and depression phase. I do think we're actually going to go to the COVID levels of like 200 to 300 on SPY. Also, we have a macro bear flag here as well. You guys can see this is your bear flag. Once this breaks to the downside, we do have price targets at 344 and 275. So again, I do think we're going to see major signs of capitulation for the market. You can also see even the monthly MACD is starting to curl to the downside as well. On the macro, not looking good for SPY. SPY showing a lot of weakness. I do think SPY could possibly get one more bounce, filling that gap before overall capitulation. But again, also another thing that makes me very, very bearish is, again, moon boys make me bearish. People thinking that we're going to a new bull run, that 460 wasn't the top, that we're going on a new bull rally. All of these people saying this and being so confident about it is telling me, yes, this is a top, because 90% of the people lose money in the market. People like this lose money in the market, and that's exactly what you want to do the opposite of. people like that, the normies that cannot read the charts. So again, when moon boys are telling you it's going to go to the moon, when YouTuber moon boys, when haters on Twitter, whoever the case may be, just normies that don't understand the charts are telling you that we're going to a new bull run, that's when you want to start looking at bearish scenarios, and you will be very successful. Let's go ahead and look at some of the data for AMC and then hop into the meme stock. So basically, you guys can see right here that the amount of shares right now, we have 1.1 million short shares for AMC to short. Short interest is sitting at 29.24%. You guys can see that we do have new FTD data for September. FTDs are picking up, so we do have FTDs, but we are off the threshold security list. And AMC's fear and greed is in fear. It currently is in fear. Now, if we go ahead and look at GameStop short interest, we're going to go ahead and pull up GameStop short interest real quick and show you guys GameStop short interest. And you guys will see that GameStop short interest is at 19.27%. Let's go ahead and pop into GameStop and show you guys what's going on with AMC and GME. So GME managed to close green on the day. It managed to close green on the day. And it does have a red candle print, but it did manage to close green on the day. Now, we do have a little bit of pullback here in after hours for GME, down about 3%, basically filling the gaps. GME had a ton of gap fills to the downside, so it did fill those gaps here with that wick. So this is actually good for GME that it filled those gaps. If we go down to the 1 minute time frame, we can see that those gaps are finally filled now. There was multiple gaps down here at this 1770 level that I was telling you guys about all day today, and they are filled. So this is bullish for GME to continue to the upside. I do think GME is actually going to find a bottom here. It's bouncing off of this $17 level. You guys can see bottom number 1, bottom number 2, and possibly bottom number 3. Getting this bounce again would have GME pop to the upside. All GME has to do is break this $20.25 level. Once it breaks $25.25, you're going to see this thing start to, or $20.25, you're going to see this thing start to fly. So again, it needs to break $20.25, and you will see this thing get a major push to the upside. You guys can see that RSI is oversold on the lower time frames. If we go ahead and go to the 1 hour time frame, you guys can see that RSI is pretty low. It's sitting at 40. We are sitting right at around macro resistance, so we need to stay above these levels. You guys can see that we had this nice push to the upside after we broke out of macro resistance, and now we're retesting macro sloping resistance as support. Again, very bullish. Also, we do have a macro triple bottom for GME as well. We have a macro triple bottom, bottom number 1, bottom number 2, bottom number 3. This is going to give us a push to the upside all the way to $40. If you go ahead and look at what a triple bottom pattern will look like. So you guys, just because some people are new, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what a triple bottom pattern is. You guys see a sharp drop down, a bounce, a sharp drop down, a bounce, a sharp drop down, and then a nice pump. As you guys can see, sharp drop down, a bounce, sharp drop down, a bounce, sharp drop down, and then what comes back, a nice pump. We also have a gap fill here at $40, and we have this massive macro falling wedge. All very bullish patterns for GME. Again, GME is the play, okay? GME is the play. XLM is the play. Bitcoin is the play, XRP is the play, Ethereum the play. AMC is still the play, but it is very risky, and everyone needs to know that. Again, you come to this channel because you want the truth. I got to keep it real with you guys. AMC has a lot of risk because of the manipulation and because of Adam Aaron stabbing us in the back. Now you guys can see we do have a push to the upside, falling wedge, and then another push to the upside. Push to the upside, falling wedge. What comes next? Another push to the upside. You guys can see that we're working on trying to get across on the monthly MACD. And if you look at the market cycles on GME, you can see that this was your up euphoria rally. You drop to the downside, your upwards consolidation chop. Then you drop down into anger and depression, which is a lower low. as you guys can see, anger and depression, which is a lower low. What comes next for GME is going to be your disbelief rally, leading us back into another euphoria stage, pumping us back to the upside. This is why I think that GME is going to decouple from the market. AMC is going to decouple from the market, and why I think the market is also going to be seeing a major pullback, and why I think Bitcoin is also going to be decoupling from the market, because Bitcoin is in a different stage as well. Bitcoin is in the disbelief rally right now. You have your pump to the upside, your drop down. This is your complacency stage where everyone thinks it's going to go to the moon. We're going to go to 100K. Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. Nope, we're going into a bear market, drop down into anger and depression, which is a lower low. And now we're in our disbelief stage on Bitcoin. You guys can see that we have a monthly MACD cross on Bitcoin. These normally correlate with major rallies on Bitcoin. They normally correlate with the bull runs on Bitcoin. I do think we're going to see a bull run in 2024. Also, on the weekly time frame, we have buy signals on the weekly time frame. Last time we had these buy signals, we've had massive rallies for Bitcoin. And again, Bitcoin, when Bitcoin rallies, it's going to bring up the entire altcoin market. Once Bitcoin breaks above 31,700, the bull run is going to be official. Once it breaks above that and uses that support, it's going to take off. Altcoins are going to take off, and my bags are going to pump because I absolutely keep stacking my crypto. Dollar cost averaging, again, I posted some of the coins that I bought. Yesterday, I bought Ethereum, XRP, and XLM. Ethereum, XRP, and XLM are what I bought. And again, I will keep you guys posted on the coins that I'm looking at personally, but mostly I'm looking at stacking Bitcoin, Ethereum, XLM, XRP, Cardano, and Atom, and Polygon. Those are the main coins that I'm looking at stacking. And again, the main ones that I bought yesterday was Ethereum, Stellar, and XRP. So guys, this is what I'm looking at for the crypto market and the overall market and GameStop. Let's go ahead and hop into AMI, and then wrap up this video. So the first thing we want to point out for AMI is right now the oversold condition. Okay, AMC is extremely oversold, and they're going to try to shake you out with everything they can. They need us to sell. They need us to sell. This is no longer a game for them. The market is about to crash, and if they don't get us out of this place soon and do not either get AMC, number one, bankrupt, or get the AMC apes to go away, it is going to be a major, major, major problem for the hedge funds. And that is why they are beating this thing down and trying to push it down. We haven't even sold the shares yet. This is all just news of the dilution, and this is not natural. We've already had the dilution, quote unquote, priced in before all of this, okay? So this is an unnatural reaction in a fake sell-off. All of that stuff was priced in before the reverse split. All of the 90% dilution, all of that stuff. So the fact that they just came out and said that they were selling shares, which everyone already knew, should not be new news and should not cause a new sell-off. This is why it is a fake sell-off, and they are trying to drop it down. They also had to shake us off of the barge pattern. Guys, we've seen this before when we had the MOAS roadmap. Last time, what did they do when we had the MOAS roadmap? They came up with the reverse split news. Now, what did they do? They come up with the dilution news. They will always try to cause some type of reaction when we're about to see a major rally on AMC. They're going to try to break us down. They're going to try to hurt our conviction, and they're going to try every single time this thing's ready to take off, because if we figured this out and figured the algo out, do you think that they don't know? Of course they know. Of course they figured the algo out. We were literally about to take off. They know exactly when to short it. Look, we were in the bull flag. We started breaking to the top of the bull flag and using it as support. If you go ahead and zoom in and really zoom in to what we were actually about to do, you guys can see that we were about to absolutely take off, guys. You guys can see that we broke above it and started to use it as support. So it's kind of hard to see because of all these wicks and everything like that, but we broke above it and started to use it as support. And then they dropped that news. This is a very, very unnatural sell-off. Also, they did dump a lot of short shares with that move as well, again, to try to exacerbate the move and push it down. Guys, they're trying to shake us out, okay? They're trying to shake us out. I don't know how else to put it. AMC is a hard game, okay? But this stock, if you can't stand the heat, you're going to have to get out of this kitchen, because AMC is not for the faint of heart. if you need support, whatever, technical analysis, predictions, come to me on the live streams. I stream 9:15 Eastern Standard Time to market close. I give AMC predictions. Kind of we figure out all the stuff that's going on, and we have a lot of fun. So come join us, guys. Come join us if you need support or just want to learn about the market, learn about day trading. Come join me 9:15 Eastern Standard Time for the live stream and check it out. But guys, they're gonna try to shake us out with everything they got. Me personally, I'm holding, and I will be buying more. I bought more. I think it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday on stream that I bought more when it was about 13 bucks, and we did have the bars pattern and we are about to run up. I did pick up more shares before they did the fake sell-off because we were about to go to the moon. And again, of course, they do this crazy drop to the downside craziness because they too know we were about to go to the moon and start filling the gaps. But guys, these gaps will get filled. These gaps will get filled on AMC. There's a gap fill here and there's a gap fill here. Me personally, I am averaging down. Why am I averaging down? Because when it does come up to fill these gaps, I'm going to be in the green. So this is just me personally, what I'm doing. I'm averaging down. I'm taking advantage of these low opportunities, these low buying ranges, RSI being way oversold. This is the time where I like to buy on these low levels. So when it does get a pop back to the upside, I will be in profit. Again, not financial advice. This is just my personal strategy. I do think AMC could see a green day tomorrow from based off what I'm seeing. If you guys look at the hourly MACD, you guys can see that the hourly MACD is flipped to green. The hourly MACD is flipped to green, and the 2-hour MACD is working on a cross. You can also see if we go down to the smaller time frames that we did get a potential bottom off of this $7.70 level. You guys can see bottom number 1 here and then bottom number 2 here. So again, a potential bottom off this $7.70 level, and we do have the MACD starting to curl to the upside on the 5-minute time frame and on the 2-minute time frame, showing that momentum is shifting back to the upside. If we go ahead and pop on the alligator, you guys can see that the alligator is starting to curl as well and show that momentum is starting to shift back to the upside, especially if you go down to the 15-minute time frame. You can see that the MACD is starting to curl to the upside, and the 5-minute time frame as well, you can see that the MACD is starting to curl to the upside. And again, we are getting that MACD flip. I do think we could see a green day tomorrow. We need to probably see a retest of the $7.70 level before we do get a bounce. So we want to make sure that we hold this $7.70 level as support. We want to make sure we hold that level as support. Again, check into the stream for live technical analysis. So do look for a possible retest of that level and use that as support. If we do, then we could potentially see a green day tomorrow. I will be giving you guys an update tomorrow. But guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Again, me personally, I'm just holding on to my AMC. I'm also using other plays like SQQQ because I do think the market's going to be crashing. Also, I did make a prediction on DWAC, and you guys can see my prediction from the video that I made from DWAC marked in yellow is completely 100% tracking. You guys can see that it went down to the level I said and is now moving up to the exact trajectory that I said as well. Again, I made this video weeks ago, and this prediction has been tracking ever since. I do think SPY is going to be seeing an overall pullback, and I will be making bank off of that with my SQQQ position. If SPY, for whatever reason, was to somehow go into a hyperinflation bull rally to the upside, then yes, I would absolutely get wrecked on SQQQ. So again, it is not a risk-free play. It's a high risk, high reward, but I think I'm about to make bank off of this market crash. And then of course, I think I'm about to make bank off of the Bitcoin bull run and XRP bull run when altcoins run and Bitcoin runs here in 2024. If you look at Bitcoin, it's also trying to form a possible double bottom off of this $25,000 level. A triple bottom, bottom number 1, a bottom number 2, and then bottom number 3. So I do think Bitcoin could potentially find a bottom here and move to the upside. Green MACD flip and alligator starting to curl as well. Looking bullish for Bitcoin to see upside, and I did pick up altcoins in these lower levels. Bullish, 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 bullish. Guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Again, I do think we're going to see an overall pullback in the market. I do think crypto is going to be decoupling from the market. I think meme stocks are going to be decoupling from the market. When the market crashes, AMC and GME will squeeze. It's going to be a major problem for the hedge funds when we see the stock market start to go down, especially stocks like Apple and Nvidia, because they do use those as collateral for AMC shorts. So we will see margin start to dry up and liquidity start to dry up when these things do happen. So guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. If you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this, and remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. $50 for a lifetime invite. Hit me up on the email link below, DataZeroOfficial5, DataZeroOfficial5. Ask me about the Discord, payment via PayPal or Cash App. You make payment, it's as easy as that. Also, if you want to support me in another way, you can become a member of the channel. This is $2.99 a month, $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time, and this helps me out a lot. Why? Because YouTube ad revenue is not that much. So if you help me out with the monthly payment of $2.99 a month, you can get benefits such as being a member of the channel. Your name gets put on the home screen of the channel, as well as members only content, which I am working on. And some days I plan on doing member only chat streams where only members will be able to chat. So guys, with that being said, as always, if you want to support me for free, all you have to simply do is drop a like, leave a comment, and press subscribe. Stay safe, make money. Peace.
All right, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. $50 for a lifetime invite. I also have a membership you can join. The membership is $2.99. You can cancel at any time you want. $2.99. You can cancel at any time you want. The membership greatly helps me out because YouTube ad revenue is not that much, so this helps me out a lot. And also, so does super chats. I invest these things back into the channel. And as always, guys, if you want to support me for free, all you have to simply do is drop a like, leave a comment, or press subscribe. That is a great way to help the channel grow. But if you want access to all of the plays, all of the information, and minute by minute updates on Discord, as well as join my exclusive community, you want to hit me up. Email link down below. You want to get in before the price goes to $100, which is probably going to be here this month. And as always, y'all, if you want to support me for free, all you have to simply do is drop a like, leave a comment, and press subscribe. Have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.